Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Amy's Book Nook. I thought I would recommend some crime books. Lately, I've been finding it really hard to concentrate. I do really enjoy literary fiction, and I want to get the meaning out of every sentence, but my brain is just like, nope, I can't focus. But I have found that I'm getting through crime really quickly because it's just fast-paced and totally escapist, and I am just absolutely loving it. So I thought I'd chat a little bit about crime. I didn't read a lot of crime fiction until quite recently. I mean, I watched Columbo and Murder, She Wrote with my mom, and my mom loved all the Agatha Christie books, and so crime narratives weren't necessarily foreign. I just hadn't done a lot of reading of it on my own. But I was working at Anglia Ruskin University, and I met Alison Bruce. She was teaching creative writing at ARU, and she was doing a book launch for this book. I did it for us, and I thought, you know what? I want to check out, see what this is about. Went to her launch. It was really lovely. Read the book, loved it. Thought to myself, gotta get me more of this. So I started on an earlier crime series that she had written. The Cambridge Blue is the first book of a 7-book series set in Cambridge following Gary Goodhew. Absolutely loved Gary. Really, really fun to read chase scenes through the Mill Road Cemetery and absolutely knowing where everything is taking place. Just fantastic. I'm actually gutted that the series is over, and I've definitely heard her interviewed with audience member being like, when are you going to bring back Gary? I think that's a great sign of a really good series when your audience is like, bring him back, bring him back. So here's hoping she will. But in the meantime, if you haven't read the Cambridge Blue series, the rest is here. Cambridge Siren, Calling, The Silence, The Backs, The Promise, and Cambridge Black. So good. Have to read it. Definitely recommend it. So I didn't want to stop on my crime journey. The next book I read was 9 Lessons by Nicola Upson. It was right around Christmas time, set in Cambridge. She also Nicola Upson lives in Cambridge half of the year and Cornwall. And this one, again, as I said, is set in Cambridge. It is part of a series. It's based around the historical figure of Josephine Tey. Those of you who are familiar with crime will know that Josephine Tey herself wrote a lot of plays and crime fiction. But this is a collection based on the historical person of Josephine Tey, but she gets to play sort of a detective-y function and has a close relationship with a police officer, and delightful things ensue. Because I started on essentially book 7 of a series, I've been sort of working my way back, but then the next book got published, Sorry for the Dead, which is based, again, historical crime fiction, but this covers a couple of different time periods. So you get the Women's Land Army in about 1915, 1918, and then you get 1930s. You get a couple of different time periods. Really great summer read, so I would recommend picking this up this summer, but it's book 8. So I've been sort of dotting around this particular series, but really, really loving it. Another crime book I've read and loved is She Lies in Wait by Gytha Lodge. This was on like a top 10 bestseller for a while, and I just really liked the sequel. Recently came out, Watching from the Dark. My copy is in my office rather than here at home, but really loved both of them. You get a sense of a detective team. So the DCI, I think his name is Sheens. You get to know him in this first book, and then get to know the team a bit better in the second book. In She Lies in Wait, the idea is there was a girl that had gone missing when our detective was in high school, and he sort of knows the group of kids because they all went to high school together, and they end up finding the body. So it's sort of dredging up the past and the mystery. So there's really interesting elements of nostalgia that are evoked in this novel. And then in Watching from the Dark, the sort of opening scene is somebody getting murdered, and the witness seeing it on their computer, like doing like a Facebook chat kind of a thing. And this person is reluctant to report it for various reasons. But it's this great catching moment. It's like, you know, you witnessed this murder, but did you really witness this murder? Because it sort of is happening off screen, but you can hear it and you haven't seen the person emerge again, and it's all very well written. Loved it. So much fun. And I think I also really liked the sense of place. It's just sort of like English countryside, and I really loved it. Last but not least, I have recently read Kate Rhodes's Hell Bay. This takes place on the, I'm going to say it wrong, Scilly Islands? Scilly. These little cluster of islands in Cornwall, just off the coast. And gosh, just really, now I'm feeling a little silly. All I keep saying is that they're all really great. So let me try to be more specific. Atmosphere, amazing. The island almost feels like a character. The weather plays such an important role in island life, and that is definitely reflected here. Our detective is Detective Ben Gytha, and he was born on the island, but then went and became a detective in London. And so he's back visiting the island, just sort of on leave, and a girl goes missing, and he sort of gets wrapped up again. It's the first book in a series for Ben Gytha, and I loved it. And as soon as I finished it, I was like, where's the next book? When can I get it? And I ordered it immediately, and it just arrived today, and I'm about to get off this video and just start reading because it's so good. I can't wait to see what happens in this one. So if you are like me and you're struggling to concentrate on texts that you've been meaning to read for a while, change it up. Go for something unexpected, and I definitely recommend crime fiction. That has definitely been the thing that has been drawing me in and helping me escape from these lockdown blues. So I hope that you are safe and healthy, and I hope you enjoy reading. If those are my recommendations, if you have any other crime recommendations that you're just like, you have to read this, you absolutely have to, let me know in the comments, and I will get cracking. Okay, have a great day. Bye.